It is important for you to understand that what you are feeling right now does not mean something is wrong with you. My darling, so many beautiful souls come to me whispering, "Louise, I feel so alone. I feel disconnected. I feel like I don't belong anywhere." And I always smile gently and say, "Perhaps you are not falling apart. Perhaps you are awakening." Loneliness is not a flaw. It is a message. It is a turning inward. It is life gently guiding you back to the most important relationship you will ever have, the relationship with yourself. When the world becomes too noisy, when the energy around you becomes too heavy, when the distractions become too loud, your soul has a very loving way of pulling you inward. It softens your desire to fit in, and it strengthens your desire to come home to yourself. This is not isolation. This is transformation. This is not emptiness. This is recalibration. This is not being friendless. This is being prepared for relationships that match who you are becoming. Many people feel lonely because they spent years abandoning themselves in exchange for belonging. And now life is saying, come back. Come back to your own heart. Come back to your own voice. Come back to your own energy. You are not being punished. You are being remembered. One of the first signs that you are awakening is that you begin to grow a very strong sense of independence. Not the cold kind of independence that says, "I don't need anyone," but the peaceful kind that says, "I can stand on my own 2 feet because life supports me in every way." And I want you to breathe this in because it is true. Life supports you in every way. You may not always feel it, but the support is there. Invisible, patient, gentle, waiting for you to relax into it. People who feel alone often develop an inner strength that others cannot see. They learn to soothe themselves. They learn to trust their own judgment. They learn to find comfort inside their own presence. And my dear, that is not a weakness. That is power. When you no longer chase people for approval, you anchor into something unshakable. When you no longer depend on others to tell you who you are, you begin to meet the real you. I want you to imagine yourself standing quietly inside your own life, feeling your own heartbeat, feeling your own breath, and noticing that you have survived every difficult day you've ever had. That is resilience. That is grace. That is independence in its most beautiful form. There is such a sacred strength inside you. You may not see it yet, but you will. Another beautiful and often misunderstood sign of awakening is selectivity. You no longer want casual connections that drain you. You no longer desire conversations that stay on the surface. You no longer feel nourished by people who take more than they give. And this does not mean you are picky or difficult or closed off. It means you can finally feel your own worth. You are beginning to understand the value of your energy, the value of your presence, the value of your time. And when you honor your worth, you naturally become more selective. You choose quality over quantity. You choose depth over noise. You choose authenticity over convenience. You choose relationships that honor your heart. So many people stay busy with the wrong connections because they are afraid of silence. But silence is not a threat for you anymore. It is sacred. It is healing. It is where you hear yourself. Selectivity is not loneliness. It is self-respect. It is the soul saying, "I only welcome what resonates with my truth." And I want you to hear this clearly. You are allowed to choose the relationships that honor you. You are allowed to outgrow the ones that don't. You see, people who feel alone often carry a very sensitive and intuitive nature. You feel deeply. You sense energies immediately. You intuitively know when something is off, and that sensitivity is a gift, not a burden. It allows you to sense the emotional weather of a room. It allows you to know who is safe and who is not. It allows you to love with purity, to listen with depth, to care with genuine presence. It also means you cannot tolerate what is fake. You cannot pretend to enjoy meaningless conversations. You cannot force yourself into spaces that feel wrong. You cannot make yourself be who you used to be. Awakening changes your preferences. It changes your vibration. It changes your inner compass. And when that happens, your relationships naturally shift. Some people drift away because their chapter in your story is complete. Some people cannot meet you where you are going. Some people were only meant to walk with you for a moment, not a lifetime. And this is not abandonment. It is alignment. You are not losing people. You are losing illusions. You are losing patterns that drained your energy. You are losing versions of yourself that you no longer need. Please, my dear, let what leaves leave. Let what stays stay. Let what comes come. Life is organizing your connections for your highest good. I want to tell you something very important. Solitude is not loneliness. Loneliness says, I am empty. Solitude says, I am full and the world cannot distract me from my fullness. Loneliness is an ache. Solitude is a sanctuary. Loneliness is fear. Solitude is clarity. Loneliness is abandonment. Solitude is awakening. And you, my dear, are awakening. You are learning to enjoy your own company. You are learning to feel safe inside your own presence. You are learning to trust yourself more than the outside world. And once you feel that safety within, you will never fear being alone again. Because you won't be. You will have yourself, your whole, warm, wise, loving self. And this is the relationship that will protect you, guide you, heal you, and nourish you for the rest of your life. People who feel alone often think something is wrong with them. But something is right with you. Something is growing inside you. Something is unfolding. You are developing emotional maturity. You are strengthening your intuition. You are learning to differentiate between noise and truth. You are remembering who you were before the world told you who you should be. You are coming back to your center. You are coming back to your heart. You are coming back to your soul. Loneliness is not a punishment. It is a return to yourself, a return to peace, a return to authenticity, a return to your own beautiful inner world. And so I want you to breathe deeply and remind yourself, I am not alone. I am with myself. I am with life. I am with love. Life has never left you. Love has never left you. Your higher self has never left you. You may have stopped listening because the world became too loud, but now you are quiet enough to hear again. And what you hear will guide you. What you hear will comfort you. What you hear will reshape your entire experience of being alive. You are not friendless, my dear. You are awakening. And the friendships that match your new vibration, the friendships that feel like home, like peace, like truth, are on their way to you. They are already moving toward you right now. You just have to stay open. You just have to stay gentle. You just have to stay true to who you are becoming. Life is preparing the right people, the right conversations, the right connections for your next chapter. Trust this, trust yourself, trust the timing. My darling, let us talk about something that so many quiet souls never say out loud. You think something is wrong with you because you prefer silence, because you feel deeply, because your boundaries are strong, because you don't fit into every room or every group. You think this makes you alone. But sweetheart, these are signs of awakening, not signs of lack. And today I want you to hear this in a very gentle way. You are not friendless. You are awakening. You are not falling behind. You are rising into yourself. You are not losing people. You are coming home to your soul. So let's take a breath together and let me walk with you into the beauty of who you are. There is a moment in every awakening journey when silence becomes your best friend, not because you pushed everyone away, but because life is teaching you how to hear your own voice again. Silence is not empty. Silence is full of answers. Silence is full of your truth. When I look out into an audience, I can always see the old souls, the ones who are comfortable with quiet. They don't need noise to feel alive. They don't need distraction to feel real. They can sit in a room alone and feel the warmth of their own presence. And I want you to know, that is a profound gift. Most people spend years running from themselves. They drown themselves in conversations, in social media, in relationships, in noise, anything to avoid hearing what's going on inside. But you, my dear, you can sit in a quiet room and feel safe. That means your soul is maturing. That means you are awakening to your inner wisdom. That means you are learning how to choose yourself. And yes, at times it may feel lonely, but not because silence is empty, only because you haven't learned to celebrate it yet. When you begin to love the quiet moments, everything in your life becomes clearer. In the silence, you feel your intuition tapping on your heart, saying, "I'm still here. I've always been here." In the silence, you hear your truth whisper, "This is who you are." In the silence, you reconnect with the part of you that has been waiting patiently for years to be acknowledged. You are not strange for loving quiet. You are not difficult for choosing peace. You are not broken for needing space. You are the one who is awakening to a deeper rhythm, the rhythm of your own being. And when you honor silence, you strengthen your spiritual ears. You begin to hear the gentle guidance that life is always offering you. You begin to feel what is right for you without asking anyone else. You begin to trust your inner knowing. I often say, in the quiet, I find wisdom. In the stillness, I hear my truth. Let this be true for you as well. Now let us move to something equally beautiful, your sensitivity. You feel more deeply than others, don't you? You notice what others overlook. You sense the room as soon as you walk in. You pick up on someone's sadness before they say a word. You feel the heaviness before the conversation even begins. And somewhere along the way, the world convinced you that your sensitivity was a burden, that you were too emotional, too intense, or too fragile. But let me tell you something softly, lovingly, clearly. Your sensitivity is not your weakness. It is your superpower. It is the sign of an awakened heart. It is the sign of an old soul. It is the sign of someone whose intuition is alive and working. People who feel deeply are the ones who can love deeply. They are the ones who can understand others, forgive others, and connect with life in a meaningful way. You are not too much. You are tuned in. You are not unstable. You are aware. You are not dramatic. You are honest. Sensitivity means you have emotional intelligence. Sensitivity means your spirit is open. Sensitivity means you can sense misalignment before it hurts you. Don't judge yourself for that. Honor it. You see, many people live on the surface of life their whole lives, never examining their feelings, never questioning their patterns, never healing their wounds. But you, my dear, you feel your emotions fully. You know when something is not right. You know when energy is off. You know when someone is not sincere. And yes, these things make relationships fewer, but they also make relationships deeper. Only old souls understand that. Only awakened hearts value that. Your sensitivity is your inner compass. Your emotions are your guidance system. Your depth is your wisdom in motion. Instead of pushing it down, soften into it. Instead of apologizing for it, celebrate it. And now, let us talk about your boundaries. That beautiful, sacred, essential force you are learning to embody. You have noticed, haven't you, that you cannot tolerate chaos anymore. You cannot tolerate disrespect. You cannot tolerate shallow conversations or draining people. You cannot tolerate anything that disconnects you from your peace. That is not you being picky. That is you remembering your worth. That is you awakening to your energy. That is you choosing what honors your heart. People with strong boundaries do not have fewer friends. They have healthier connections. People with strong boundaries do not push others away. They simply stop giving their power away. People with strong boundaries are not cold. They are clear. And clarity, my dear, is a spiritual gift. When you say no to what drains you, you say yes to what heals you. When you say no to chaos, you say yes to peace. When you say no to the wrong people, you open the door for the right ones. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors. Doors that allow in what is loving and keep out what is harmful. I want you to hear this with your whole heart. You are not hard to love. You are just done accepting less than what you deserve. The world may not understand that at first. Some people may distance themselves because they can no longer use you, drain you, or take advantage of your softness. But losing people who never valued you is not a loss. It is liberation. Awakening always requires shedding. A rising vibration always rearranges your relationships. And boundaries are the bridge between your old life and your new life. The truth is this: when you outgrow certain patterns, you outgrow certain people. It is not your fault. It is not their fault. It is simply alignment. Energy aligns with energy. Heart aligns with heart. Soul aligns with soul. And the more you awaken, the more your life begins to reorganize around your new frequency. Your circle may become smaller, but it becomes purer. Your path may become quieter, but it becomes clearer. Your relationships may become fewer, but they become more meaningful. So if you feel alone right now, please lean in and let me tell you gently, you are not alone. You are transitioning. You are moving from noise to truth, from chaos to clarity, from pleasing others to honoring yourself, from seeking approval to recognizing your own worth, from fitting in everywhere to belonging deeply somewhere. Loneliness is not the absence of people. Loneliness is the absence of connection. And awakening is the process of reconnecting with yourself first, so you can connect with others in a healthier way later. Your silence is a strength. Your sensitivity is a gift. Your boundaries are a blessing. You are blooming inwardly, and outwardly, life is rearranging to match your new inner world. So breathe, my love. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are simply becoming who you were always meant to be. And the beautiful part is this: life is preparing people who will meet you where you are. Life is preparing friendships that feel like home. Life is preparing connections that honor your heart. Life is preparing relationships that match your depth. You are not walking toward loneliness. You are walking toward alignment. And alignment is the most loving place you can live from. If you feel alone, remember this. You are not friendless. You are awakening. And as your heart awakens, life will bring you the right people, the right support, and the right love, all in perfect timing, all in gentle ways, all without you having to chase anything. Life loves you. Life supports you. And you are safe in this unfolding. Imagine that, my dear. You are standing at the doorway of a brand new chapter in your inner world. A chapter where aloneness is not a punishment, not a flaw, not a sign that something is wrong with you, but a sacred signal that your soul is rearranging itself into a higher frequency. And I want you to take a breath with me as we enter this space together. Because what you are experiencing is not isolation. It is transformation. You are not losing people. You are losing versions of yourself that were attached to the wrong people. You are not being abandoned. You are being realigned. You are not becoming empty. You are becoming clear. And clarity always arrives before expansion. You see, when people reach the stage you are in right now, they often say to me, "Louise, why does my life feel so quiet? Why am I not craving others the way I used to?" And I smile, because this is one of the most beautiful signs of awakening. The ability to find comfort in silence, the ability to sit with yourself and not feel the need to fill the room with noise or fill your heart with company just to avoid your own emotions. This is not loneliness. This is emotional maturity. This is energetic evolution. This is you hearing your own truth for the first time in years. People who are waking up spiritually always go through this period. And it is not a desert. It is a garden that is preparing to bloom. When you become comfortable with silence, you begin to hear the wisdom that has been waiting beneath the surface. You begin to notice your intuition speaking in soft tones. You begin to feel the nudges that life has been whispering to you all along. I often say, in the quiet, we find wisdom. In the stillness, we find ourselves. Silence is not empty. Silence is full of messages, full of answers, full of clarity, full of truth. You are not withdrawing from the world. You are returning to your center. And that is one of the greatest gifts your soul can give you. And if you have ever wondered why you feel so deeply, why crowds exhaust you, why small talk drains you, why your heart notices details others overlook, it is because you are a deep feeler, an intuitive soul, an energetically sensitive being. This is not a weakness. This is a highly advanced emotional system. Sensitive people sense more, read more, understand more, connect more. You are designed to feel deeply because your empathy, your intuition, and your awareness are some of your greatest inner tools. You are not too sensitive. You are deeply awake in a world that is often half asleep. And sensitivity, my love, is not a burden. It is a compass. It guides you away from the wrong environments, the wrong people, the wrong conversations long before your mind ever catches up. Sensitivity is your built-in GPS for alignment. It tells you where your soul feels safe, where your energy flows naturally, where your heart expands instead of contracts. I want you to hear this with your whole being. Your sensitivity is your strength. It is not here to overpower you. It is here to protect you. Now let us talk about boundaries. Those invisible fences of self-respect that you have been learning to build. People with strong boundaries often look alone from the outside because they refuse to settle for relationships that drain them. But oh, their inner world is rich, peaceful, and full of self-respect. Boundaries are not walls. Boundaries are doors, doors that you choose to open only to those who can honor your heart, your energy, your peace, and your growth. When you say no to what hurts you, you say yes to what heals you. And that is not loneliness. That is self-love in action. You are not difficult. You are not cold. You are not too much. You are simply aware of your worth now. And that awareness will not allow you to accept crumbs when your soul deserves a feast. I want you to say this softly inside your mind. I set boundaries that honor me. I deserve peace. And with every repetition of this truth, you are reprogramming your entire emotional system. My dear, let us go deeper now into what is really happening inside you. Because I want you to finally understand that what you call loneliness is actually energetic detox. You are not without friends. You are without the wrong ones. You are not alone. You are in transition. You are not empty. You are clearing space for people who match your rising frequency. Every time someone drifts away, every time a conversation loses its spark, every time a connection fades, it is because your soul has outgrown that vibration. This is not loss. This is alignment. Think of it this way. When the seasons change, the leaves fall, not because the tree is failing, but because the tree is preparing for a new cycle of life. You are in that same sacred season. People who cannot meet you where you are going will gently fall away, and the space they leave behind becomes fertile ground for new connections, real connections, soul connections. You are not friendless, you are becoming selective. You are not rejected, you are being redirected. You are not alone, you are awakening. Awakening always brings a shift. You stop chasing noise. You stop entertaining chaos. You stop forcing yourself to fit into circles that no longer feel right. You stop abandoning yourself to belong to others. And you begin to live from the inside out instead of the outside in. You crave depth over distraction, truth over performance, presence over pretense. Your heart wants conversations that nourish you, relationships that breathe life into you, environments that feel safe for your soul. This is the beginning of emotional awakening. This is the beginning of spiritual maturity. This is the beginning of coming home to yourself. And when awakening unfolds, you will notice something beautiful. You no longer want to be who you were. You no longer resonate with your old patterns, your old habits, or your old circles. You want peace. You want meaning. You want authenticity. You want alignment. And these desires naturally shift your entire life. You are not failing. You are transforming. You are not lonely. You are leveling up. Now imagine with me, just for a moment, that you could view this chapter through the eyes of love instead of fear. Imagine realizing that this quiet season is where your soul is writing a new chapter. Imagine seeing that every pause is preparation. Imagine understanding that the universe is not taking things away from you. It is clearing space for something better. Imagine knowing that you are surrounded by support you cannot yet see. You are never walking alone, you are walking ahead. You are awakening into a higher version of yourself. And with that awakening comes a sacred truth. The world may grow quieter, but your inner world grows richer. People may fade, but your relationship with yourself grows stronger. The path may feel empty, but it is only empty because the universe needs space to bring in what is meant for you next. My dear, listen closely. Life is not abandoning you. Life is refining you. Life is preparing you. Life is shifting you into alignment with the love, the friendships, the opportunities, the peace and the joy that truly match your soul. And one day, very soon, you will look back and whisper, "Thank God that chapter felt lonely. It was the chapter that finally brought me home to myself." Every time you feel that familiar ache in your chest, that quiet heaviness that whispers, "Maybe I'm alone, maybe no one understands," I want you to pause and breathe with me, because what you're feeling is not abandonment. It is not emptiness. It is not the universe turning its back on you. It is you returning to yourself in a deeper, more sacred way than ever before. And I know it can feel uncomfortable. I know it can feel like silence is swallowing you whole. I know it can feel like you're walking through life without the hands you once held. But sweetheart, let me tell you gently and clearly, you are not alone. You are awakening. And awakening always begins in the quiet, when the world around you becomes softer, when conversations that once satisfied you now feel hollow, when people drift away like fallen leaves in autumn. Something extraordinary is happening inside you. You are shedding energies that no longer match the person you are becoming. You are releasing the versions of yourself that had to shrink just to be accepted. You are letting go of relationships built on convenience instead of truth. And every time you choose honesty over belonging, authenticity over approval, peace over noise, life hears you. Life rearranges itself around your new frequency. Life says, "You're ready now. Let me bring you the people who match your heart. Let me guide you to the spaces where you'll be seen. Let me open the doors that were always meant for you." You see, loneliness isn't a punishment. Loneliness is a recalibration. Loneliness is the universe clearing the room before your real soul family enters. And you may not see them yet, but that doesn't mean they're not already walking toward you. You may not feel held yet, but that doesn't mean love isn't circling you in ways too subtle to recognize. You may not understand why life is so quiet right now, but the quiet is where you hear your truth for the first time. Every time you place your hand on your heart and whisper, "I'm here," your inner child feels it. Every time you choose rest instead of forcing connection, your soul exhales. Every time you honor your boundaries, you tell the universe, "I am ready for relationships rooted in love, not fear." And life responds to that frequency faster than you think. So let me remind you of something you may have forgotten. You are safe. You are loved. You are guided, even in your silence, even in your transitions, even when people walk away, especially then, because what leaves your life is never meant to stay. What stays is never meant to harm, and what is coming will make sense of every lonely night, every unanswered message, every chapter that felt incomplete. You are not losing people. You are losing illusions. You are not being isolated. You are being upgraded. You are not falling apart. You are falling into alignment. So the next time you feel that ache, do not say, "I am alone." Say, "I am becoming." Say, "I am returning to myself." Say, "Life is preparing something beautiful for me." And it is. Oh, it is. You are not meant to walk through this world with a crowded circle. You are meant to walk with a clear, pure, aligned heart. And hearts like yours are never left empty for long. You are coming home to yourself. And that is the most beautiful reunion you will ever experience.